Hello there. Are you experiencing chemical sensitivities or food intolerances and they're completely destroying your life? Hello, my name is Pam Wright and I put together this video because Claire and Laura from my YouTube channel asked me if I could put something together. I just want to explain each and every person will have their own experience of these sensitivities and the intolerances and how it personally affects them. It can go from seizures and convulsions to really severe asthma, lack of breath, rashes, irritation. Like, the list of symptoms is quite long. So in this video, I will attempt to address both the physical reaction to the sensitivities and the intolerances. Also, I will do some of the emotional component, the frustration that it for sometimes it comes out of the blue for some people. 1 minute they're healthy and then the next minute they've got all of these sensitivities and intolerances. And I believe that there's research out there that says it's a build-up within the system, but I don't know a lot about that. So I'm just going to work on the symptoms and the emotions around it. So if you're someone that's really being affected by these sensitivities and these food intolerances, I suggest you get someone to work with you to help find the underlying causes as well as clearing out the physical reactions. I know some people with these chemical sensitivities and food intolerances, they get told it's psychosomatic, and that's like there's something in their mind that's making this up. That is not true. We're just looking at the emotional component, is my belief and the belief of many others, that every physical ailment that we have, there is an emotional component. So in this tapping video, we're going to look at the physical and we're going to look at the emotional side of it as well. Now, I haven't experienced this myself, so I won't know a lot of the reactions and the physical sensations, but I've worked with many people, so I have a good understanding of how I was able to help them to release the sensitivities and intolerances. Before you start into the video, I just want to remind you that when we're bringing up, and what I mean by bringing up is when we're getting more connected with the issues, sometimes they get stronger. So it's really important that you allow yourself the time to not only bring it up, but to really use the tapping to clear out your reaction. It's not like, okay, you do it for 5 minutes and then you walk off, because what you've done is you've got really in touch with it and it's come up to be resolved, and then you're sitting in it until you can suppress it again. And suppression is a natural thing. It's what we do so that we can continue in life and survive. But when we're doing the tapping, make sure you take that time. So if you haven't got the time right now, if you've only got 5 minutes, don't do the video now. Wait until you've got at least 30 minutes, if not longer, so you can really get in and use the tapping to clear it out. So let's get started. I suggest that you sit down and you write down some of these reactions. So is it rashes? Is it irritation? Does your body find it hard to breathe? Is it like asthma? Is there a heat that rises through your body? Is it that you puff up? Some people start to puff up. Then you get people that get the confusion and the brain fog, and they can't think about what it is they were doing or what they need to do next. Some people get disorientated. There's rashes, there's headaches, there's fatigue, there's chronic pain. There is so many symptoms and so many different symptoms for different people. So just write down what it is for you. And that's in one column. And then in the next column, I want you to write down your anger, your frustration, your confusion, the pain, the fear, the panic, the scared, the overwhelmed, all of the emotions that also go with these sensitivities and intolerances. So just pause the video and really get in touch with all of the reactions that you have. Okay, if you're back now, I believe that you've written down everything you need. Now that you've got at least 30 minutes, you've got your list of all the ways. So the first thing we're going to look at is the reactions. So you've wrote down all the rashes, all the asthma, the can't breathe, the heat, the puffiness, the what else are the rashes, whatever it is. It gets itchy. You've got that reaction. And I want you to notice how it bothers you that your body's doing this. Notice how it bothers you. You may even be able to feel the irritation, feel the itchiness. Sometimes when we connect into it, it starts to get stronger straight away. So notice all the ways. Okay, now we're going to use the tapping. And when we're tapping, we've stepped into all the way it bothers us. It's a 10 out of 10. We know how it upsets us. We know that physical reaction, the discomfort, whatever it is. And then we use the tapping. And we're releasing and letting go. All my sensitivities, all my intolerance. The thought that it's psychosomatic. I'm doing this to me. Releasing and letting go. All the ways it irritates me. It bothers me. All the rashes. The itching. The seizures. The convulsions. Releasing and letting go. My body's reaction. I'm letting it go. Now, when we're tapping, we're focusing on our fingers. You feel your fingers tapping. And you can use two hands. You can't do this wrong. You can do it either side. Releasing and letting go. Grab the wrist. Now, when you grab the wrist, you're taking a deep belly breath. And peace. And if you can't feel that peace, you imagine in your mind what it would feel like to be peaceful. You may even know someone that's peaceful. What would it feel like to be that person? Calm and relaxed and peaceful. Excellent. Now I want you to go back. Even the word, multiple chemical sensitivities. Even that your body can have a reaction to. Releasing and letting go. Some people believe that they're a sensitive person. That they're just a sensitive person. And they're sensitive to their environment. Releasing and letting go. If you believe that to be true, it is true. All the ways I'm so sensitive. The chemical sensitivities. The food intolerances. Releasing and letting go. All the pain, all the aching, all the itching, all the irritation, whatever it is, you yell it out. You know what it is. Say it out loud and you're ready to let it go. It is safe for me now to let it go. Grab the wrist. And peace. Feel that peace. Okay, go back one more time. Or it might be multiple times. We're going to do one more time on the video because you can keep watching it through. I want you to go back. I want you to notice how it's destroyed your life. For many people, It isolates them. They have to ask people around them to either stop wearing perfume or change their laundry detergent. There's so many things that impact them. And how bad they feel having to ask their friends to do that. Just notice what it is. Releasing and letting go. All my sensitivities. The chemical sensitivities. The multiple chemical sensitivities. I think it's MCS. A lot of people call it MCS. But then you've got food intolerance as well. I'm letting it go. If you've got both, I suggest you use the video for once first. Maybe there are multiple chemical sensitivities, and then when you go back through it again, you look at your food intolerance. Releasing and letting go. Or if you think it's the same thing, just bundle them together. Releasing and letting go. There's also a point on the top of your head. It's a really good point. Releasing and letting go. Releasing and letting go. All the ways this impacts my life. Releasing and letting go. My reaction. Releasing and letting go. Releasing and letting go. Grab the wrist. And peace. Now if you're still feeling some, you can go back through it. But from this point on, I'm going to start to look at your emotional state as well. So you're scared that it's going to happen. You're anticipating what might happen every time you go out. That fear, the panic, the frustration, the overwhelm. Now we're going to do a couple of rounds on that. So I want you to just think about the emotional side. It's happened so many times before. It's going to happen again. That sort of anticipation. Once again, getting it as strong as you can. For some people, now, you've got to take care of your own well-being here. Like if you end up in a panic attack, it's not going to serve you at all. So you step into it slowly. But if you're someone that you're only at a 2, it's better to get that number a bit higher as you're clearing it out. So I want you to notice the scared, the fear, the panic, the overwhelm. Notice all the frustration, the debilitating, releasing and letting go, all the sadness, all the fear, all the emotional trauma, releasing and letting go, all angers, all resentment, all guilt. I'm letting it go. Releasing and letting go, all the judgments, the abandonment, the betrayals. I'm letting it go. Releasing and letting go. All the ways this upsets me. All the ways I feel powerless, helpless, hopeless. There's nothing I can do. Releasing and letting go. Releasing and letting it all go. I am safe. Grab the wrist. And peace. The birdies are helping you get into that peaceful space. Find that peace. And if you have trouble finding that peace, just pause the video. Do some physical movement. You may want to do jumping jacks. And then you just start the video again. Okay, let's go back again. I want you to think about the emotional component. Sensitivities. And in the years that I've worked with people with sensitivities, I was able to quite often find other things in their world, in their life, in their environment that they were sensitive to. Could have been certain people, it could have been certain places. So have a bit of a think about that. Is there anything in your environment, and it can go back 18 months before you started to really experience the reactions. It's just something to look a little bit deeper at. I want you to notice now the frustration, the anger. Could even be, why me? Releasing and letting go. All the ways this bothers me. All the sadness, all the fear, all the panic. The anticipation, it's never going to end. I have to live with this for the rest of my life. Isolated. Locked up at home. Can't go out. And even not many people can come visit me. You may hear my dog. He's just telling the birdies to leave the backyard. It's his backyard. Releasing and letting go. All the ways this upsets me, I'm releasing and letting it go. Grab the wrist. And peace. Feeling that peace. Feeling that peace. If you're not feeling it, do some physical activity. May even want to laugh. Laugh at me dog barking, wanting to be on the videos. Okay, let's go back again. So you're getting in touch with the emotional component of all the sensitivities and the intolerances. Releasing and letting go. All the frustration, the anger, the resentment, that physical feeling. Sometimes it's just a physical. It can be a tightness. It can be a vibration. You could be like you got butterflies in your stomach. It could be anxiety, worry, stress. Whatever it is, it's safe to let it go. Releasing and letting go. All my anticipation. What reaction am I going to have? What chemical am I going to become in contact with? That doesn't even make friggin' good English. What chemical am I likely to be subjected to? Releasing and letting go. Releasing and letting go. Releasing and letting go. I'm safe to let this go. And I have worked with people where we were able to clear them all out. Clear all their sensitivities so that they could go back to a normal way of life. Releasing and letting go. What if that was possible? You know, and if you don't even think that's possible, that's an area where you can address your tapping. That you don't even think it's possible to get back to normal. Normal so far and so far back and so long ago, you can't even remember what it was like. But what if you could imagine, just for one moment, that you could go back to living as normal as possible? Whatever normal is, just saying. Releasing and letting go. Releasing and letting go. It is safe for me to let this go. Now remember, if this is something that really truly impacts your life in a big way, I suggest getting some assistance to clear it out as much as you can. Releasing and letting go. Grab the wrist. Take a big deep breath. And peace. Find that peace. Do a little dancey. Excellent. What I would like you to do now is I want you to imagine you've been invited somewhere where you don't know where it is and you've never been there before and you don't know what the food's like. The moment you're invited. Before I start here, I'll just tell you a story of what I witnessed once. Someone was working on a peanut allergy. And they were working on the peanut allergy in front of the stage. And they were told that there was a peanut in the room. This person was that close to going into a full anaphylactic shock reaction without a peanut in the room. Now, what that means is that our fear and anticipation of what's going to happen increases our reaction to it. So we can clear out that fear and anticipation using this system of imagining you're going to somewhere where you don't know the environment, you don't know what sort of paint carpet, you don't know what food's going to be served, and instantly you start to get that fear and that panic. And that's what we can clear out. Releasing and letting go. All the fear, all the panic, the unknown, the out of control. Releasing and letting go. The anticipation. Releasing and letting go. That physical sensation in my body. As I said, it could just be a tightening of your chest. Could be a vibration, an anxiety. Whatever it is, I'm safe to let it go. Releasing and letting go. Releasing and letting go. Grab the wrist. And peace. Find that peace. Really feel that peaceful feeling. Excellent. So I think it was Claire that asked about introducing food back into her diet. So you've done this, and honestly, you should be doing this actual video at least 3 or 4 times, right through really getting in touch with all of your physical sensations as well as your emotions to clear them out. But then you pick the food. Just one food. That's the other thing. Just one food. Don't all of a sudden start introducing a whole heap of foods that you haven't been eating for some time. You just pick one food. And you imagine eating it. You imagine the reaction that you're going to get just from eating it. And then you clear out the reaction. So if it's something where the rashes come up your neck, you would be clearing out that. All the ways the rash comes up my neck. All the brain fog. All the physical pain. Releasing and letting go. That anticipated reaction. I know it's going to happen. It's been happening for months, years, whatever it is. Releasing and letting go. I really do know the impact of these sensitivities and intolerances. They can take over your whole life. And I know I joke with it, but we can heal and joke all at the same time. It only helps the healing. Releasing and letting go. Grab the wrist. And peace. Perfect. So now you go back again. You imagine eating whatever it is. Or it can, I'm saying eating, but it can be going into an environment where you're going to smell perfumes. It could be going to the service station, it could be the dust mites. I do know that these sensitivities have a really broad spectrum, but you know what it is for you. So you just notice what it is for you. You notice your anticipation of the reaction, and then we let it go. Releasing and letting go. All the tightening of the throat, the tightening of the chest, the heat, the can't breathe, the rash, the itching. Releasing and letting go. All my sensitivities. I am such a sensitive person. Or intolerance. I'm such an intolerant person. Releasing and letting go. Some of these things can be hard to face. But if you thought by facing them that you could truly heal this and clear it, you would face it. I know you would. Releasing and letting go. releasing and letting it all go. Grab the wrist. And peace. Good job. If you liked the video, please give it a like, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification if you want to be notified of every time I put a new video out. Every week I put out a new video helping people to release all the blocks that are stopping them from living their best life ever.